What's up, people? Welcome back to another video. I hope you all are doing good. This is Gufran, and you're watching the Indian Grad in Germany. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. And without further delay, let's get started. So, for the people who are new to this channel and who don't know me, I'm a management student studying at Technical University of Munich. I make videos related to studying in Germany. I also make podcasts with startups who are already working here in Germany. My main aim is to collaborate with startups and to collaborate with students so that I can bring the students towards startup and I can show them the life in Germany as well as the professional life in Germany. So in today's video, I have with me Rob. Rob makes videos related to studying in US. And I thought, why not make a collaboration with Rob so that we can cover both aspects of studying in Germany as well as studying in US. And the video is particularly related towards masters because I'm studying masters. So I have more knowledge or more experience towards masters. And I thought like why not to cover the both aspects of masters in US and masters in Germany. So before me describing everything, I would ask Rob to please introduce himself.
Hey everybody, I'm Robert Adams. So great to be here. It's been fun. I've made a couple of videos with Gufran for my channel and excited to be a guest for his. I'm the founder of Chine Coaching, and our goal is to help international students and professionals be more successful in their cross-cultural journeys. So I've helped guided many international students to study and work in America. I've worked in India for 8 years and have traveled all over the world. So I love culture and I love kind of being a bridge between cultures and helping people understand each other and be more successful and thrive in different cultural contexts.
That was a great introduction, and I would highly suggest to students who are watching my videos, you can also check out the channel of Rob, which is Chai and Coaching. And if you wish, you can also connect with him on LinkedIn. So he's super active on LinkedIn as well. And yeah, these are the two platforms you can connect with him. Apart from this, I think you can also connect with him on Instagram. Now, moving towards today's video. So the first point we'll discuss is about the universities. So Rob, my question is, in Germany, there are like two kind of universities, that is the public funded universities and private universities. And also in public funded universities and private universities, there's another sort of universities, technical universities, and there are universities of applied sciences. So in technical universities, there are 9 technical universities in Germany, and others are the University of Applied Sciences. The technical universities are more inclined towards the research stuff and development stuff and more towards the research oriented universities, whereas the University of Applied Sciences are more towards the practical approach universities. So these are the two universities. And what about US? How is the scenario for universities in US?
Definitely. In the US, it's kind of two broad categories, just kind of like how there's public or government and private in Germany. In America, they have like state universities, which are like the public universities. They're more state funded, typically cheaper. And then there's the private colleges, private universities. Those are definitely more some of the elite, but also much more expensive. And then there's also a third category called community colleges. Most international students don't opt for that. It's more kind of a starter place for more local people where you can maybe get your first year or two done before transferring to a more accredited 4-year university for an undergraduate or master's program.
Now,
Yeah, and also there
Mhm.
are some that have specific. So we have like liberal arts colleges, which have more holistic education, lots of courses, degrees. There are some universities that have more of like a technical focus or maybe an art focus or a design focus, but there isn't like a special designation
Mhm.
with those kind of colleges, like you said, in Germany. But there are universities that have more of an emphasis or focus on a industry or a theme, but don't have that designation. Like this is that type of college, if that makes sense.
Okay. Now, as we are discussing about the universities, what do you think? How much is the university ranking matters in US? Because in Germany, the thinking or the mindset is like as all universities are considered on the same scale, no matter how big the university is or how small the universities is, the ranking is considered mostly in most of the times the same. Though there are ranking systems for some of the technical universities, but again, if we generalize this, so there is nothing called as a ranking. But I think for US, it is a different scenario. There is given importance to ranking, right?
Yes, I think ranking is more important in the mind of an international student than actually an American. Because I know in other countries where you guys are coming from, the ranks are so important in the school or the classroom. But in America, because so many colleges are awesome, like the ranking that is big of a deal. I mean, if you get into like a top 10 college, maybe top 15, top 20, the brand name might help you, especially with the alumni network in a certain part of the country. Like, hey, if you're from a Harvard or a Columbia or an Ivy League or a Stanford and you're in the Northeast or the Bay Area, that might help a little bit. But pretty much the top 100, top 150 colleges in America are all amazing. You know, they're all top class. Whether you get to do a 30 rank, a 70 rank, or 120 rank, you're basically going to get the same quality of education. I think more important is the course ranking. You know, you might be at a top 10 college, but their course isn't that great. Or you could be at a number 85 college, but they have a top 10 course ranking. So I'd say focus on the course ranking more than the college ranking, because that's what's really going to impact your eligibility and qualification in your job search.
Exactly, completely agree. Even if you are applying for Germany, you should always focus towards the course which you are desired for, rather than focusing towards the university, because yeah, brand name do helps to a certain extent, but yeah, it also depends upon what you want to do in future. So you should choose the stream that you are best inclined to, rather than just moving towards the brand name and the status of the university. So
Definitely.
yeah, the next question is the fees structure. Now in Germany for public universities, like most of the public universities, there is no fees for particular courses. But again, if we talk about the private universities, there is some amount of fees that you have to pay per semester. And also in private universities, the fees is not that too much compared to US. It is around 10 to 12 lakh rupees for the complete course, Indian rupees for the complete course. And if you talk about the public funded universities, those are free, but you have to pay a semester contribution of around 120 euros or 150 euros per semester. So that is quite negligible, because in that you cover the semester ticket as well, with which you can roam around the city with uh, public transport. So this is the thing between the private and public universities in short. So what is the scenario for US in the fee structure?
Yeah, I mean, America's notorious for being expensive. You know, we're a capitalistic country, so the universities want to make their money.
Yeah.
It's definitely a business here, and people are willing to pay because you get what you pay for. So if you want to get the best education in the world, coming to America, it's not going to be free or cheap. Now, most colleges, you will pay a tuition that's either for the semester or for the year. Like this many dollars gets you your classes for this semester, or this many dollars gets you per year. There's a few universities that do per credit or per course. So instead you pay this many dollars per class, and then based on how many classes you take, that's your total. And it totally ranges. You know, like I said, the state schools are cheaper. So some, it might only be, you know, $5,000 to $10,000 a semester, but some are upwards to like $40,000, $50,000 a semester. I know some of the top universities for undergrad, you know, these Ivy League schools, on average, they're about anywhere from $60,000, $70,000 to $80,000 per year for tuition for undergrad. So that's a lot of money. And sometimes that includes like housing, room and board, you know, as well, like that tuition, room and board, you know. But yeah, it's a lot of money. You know, you can spend 15 to 30 to $40,000 a semester just to study here in America.
As you're saying, the fees is an important, like the chunk of money that students are paying for the education. So what about the scholarships? Now, if a student is investing so much in his studies, so do he apply for scholarships? Like, is he eligible for the scholarships from the university? And if so, so what are the range of scholarships a student can apply?
Definitely. Yeah, there's lots of scholarship opportunities, and a lot of international students especially miss out. So there's always more scholarships, I would say, for undergrad. A lot of international students actually come and get a full paid scholarship, full paid tuition, what we call a free ride. So at UT Dallas, which I'm nearby here in Dallas, Texas, most of the undergrads that I know are getting full free tuition. Very common for undergrads. So they're saving a lot of money. They even get living stipends to help with housing or food or groceries. So a lot of it depends on your test score. If you get a good enough SAT, ACT score, you can qualify for full ride scholarships or partial scholarships. International students, it's a little more competitive, a little less options, but you can easily search on the websites, Google. There's sports athletic scholarships. There's scholarships just based on your credentials of, your talent, your qualifications. There's financial aid types of scholarships. So we've made some great videos on Chai and Coaching about how to get scholarships in America. So I recommend you guys checking that out to learn more. So you can get scholarships before coming that you're eligible for. Obviously, the more top-notch competitive colleges are going to be giving less scholarships in general, but then also you can even earn scholarships once you're in America. Once you've actually started studying, if you keep a certain GPA or you have certain types of involvement in leadership, there's departmental scholarships, there's academic, university. So a lot of students maybe don't start with a scholarship, but maybe then get one later on and get like a 50% discount in tuition, after their first or second semester.
For Germany, there are scholarships like Deutschland Stipendium, for which, like, if a student applies, he can get 300 euros per month for that particular year. And there are scholarships from DAAD. So DAAD is like the academic exchange portal for Germany. So there are many scholarships mentioned for particular courses. You can apply for them. And apart from this, if you are studying in private universities and also some government universities, so every university have their different scholarships. And once you get admit into that particular university, you get to know about that. So like the scholarships are there in Germany as well.